And that'll be the end of it.
Oh, that's a tall mic. All right. So I'm going to start out with a poem about Prop B passing last year. If anyone is unaware, that is a proposition that passed that made it illegal to be homeless. This is called Praying Hands of a Homeless Man. And also, to anyone who doesn't know Leslie, he was a prominent figure in Austin, Texas. He ran for mayor. And I think there's a statue of him somewhere, actually. He used to wear a mini skirt and like cowboy boots, sometimes chaps. And yeah, he wouldn't be too happy about this. He passed away. The contour of conflict, like a shineless glare of a morning sun, hands join in serenity prayer. Father, please give me a grant of money, maybe a plot of land, where I won't have my home burnt by cartels or be forced to disown by a society that says that I can't. Serenity. Now can you spare that too? So I can survive the darkest times where I'm peacefully removed, yet still can't be identified. Courage. Now can you spare, please, I promise to use it the best I can. Oh God, where can I go? You know, I finally made it here after many attempts to make this place a home. Father, I hope you're still there. I'd like to ask, you're wise, am I right? Can you please instill us wisdom to tell me why these people can think that this is fucking all right? After all, we are all your kids, right? Now, I never shot a man, but I once had a gun to my head. Thank God those angels blessed me. Oh, and if you see Leslie, tell that son of a bitch he's missed and not I say hello. Thank you for a little bit. Whee! Leslie. To Leslie. But those winged beauties, can they bless me again? Cast them this way, because it's beginning to get cold. More so, my soul is starting to get old. But don't worry, Lord, I know you. You've sheltered me with wings. And although there will be times that you will hear me weep, I promise when they come by, they will hear me sing. Thank you. All right, and this next one is really heavy. That was not heavy. I'm going through some fam issues, like who isn't, but I'm also recovering from a traumatic brain injury. And so everything's collaborating at the same time. And I am unwinding and I am just being my raw self, and I don't mind it. And this is a challenge to myself to speak up about the things that I have kept buried in between myself for a long time. I'm almost 30, so it's time for me to talk about it. And this is called Goddamnly, meaning family. Two syllables that carry the weight to determine a framework behind the bends and folds, spoken and untold, of a young one's mind. Divorce can play antagonist to children's fate. Keep your kids closer than your anger. Don't rely on the pendulum they dangle from to choose the rest of their life. If there's no crossroads, Misty, it's your drink I blame. She's a witch. If there's no crossroads or reversal in the slow, cruel hands of time, it's a roll of dice. What might they decide? See the glass half full, the world as cruel? Become a jester or a molester, a hoe or a garden tool? Yeah, divorce would be easy if the only divide were in chores. Expired love while young can be a permanent thorn. Kudos that katana-looking sword, engulfing, twirling between the cage ribs and spine. These wings can only expand exponentially when getting torn, so here's to mine. Technically, though, this one is not aligned with that of the status quo. You see, and if you don't, listen as I grow. Goddamnly, your youngest is giving that towel a toss, of unconditionally looking out for you better than a Red Cross. Silence the violence and sexual abuse, still understanding if it was intent or if I was confused. Even dropped my career at that of a hat. I spent years of blood, sweat, and tears to see your recovery and your relapse. I wasn't asked to, didn't have to, but that's what families do. But after a decade of missed holidays armored with excuse, and continuing on my loveless chase for those who only leave a bruise, I'm happy I don't know what I knew. Cause when homie hopped off his broom and crawled in my window as my head lay on my pillow, my brain went splickety splat. The fuck were you? I called and I never got one back. That said, I'm done being that backbone. Compound fracture break what's already cracked. I delegate to dedicate, reclaim, and decide my time. Never again seeing those biologically tied put the knife into my back. I'd actually prefer stand on by as I pull it out like a thumbtack. Please, mama, I know you're busy doing nothing but lighting that gas. This is not, I repeat, this is not an attack. So please relax. Sis, I love you, but we don't talk the same way we used to. Sorry, Katie Poo. In fact, the only time a call comes through is to lend an ear when I can barely even hear you vent about your stress and success in your career and hardly take a breath, much less ask, how are you? I can't imagine what noticing your little sister sounding like a stroke victim at times does to you. To answer the uninquired, I'm better than fine. None of this is new, except me signing that dotted line. Dad, we won't go there. We just won't. Just have your sis, meaning my aunt, stop trolling me about politics on social media. And when you want to call me when you're drunk, please don't, because it's gross. But be still my heart. I have to let it all go. The whole family. This shouldn't come off as uncanny, though. I love y'all. Action shown. Oh my God, hold up. But there's come a moment in time where I gotta go. Embark my new path where I etch the own stones. But don't worry, just because you missed a few glimpses and glares, I'm not a morning sun, upset at turn heads. Please don't let yours spin. When or if you see my light rays flare, goodbye. Thank you.
That was Annie Roche, everyone. Let's get it for one more time. Up next, I see this man maybe